Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing, spectacular, wondrous Propagandacast from me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, state defender of the fatherland, your Vox Populi, your Dr. Feelstug. Off here to a 1v1 on Crossroads Winter. In the north, it is PFC fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Rolling out here with the 6th Armour Division, tasked with breaking through somewhere around the Hurtgen forest here with urban assault, featuring urban assault equipment, Sherman assault kits, Rangers, cover to cover, and the M4 Sherman Calliope with triple infantry. Versus the south is Refero, holding the line here with Germany, Deutschland, Das Vaterland. Forming up here the, let's just go with 304th Volksgrenadier Division with fortification, scavenge, and elite armoured, featuring Panzerfusilier and infantry bulletins. Double force there for Refero, double rations there for PFC, possibly planning a bunch of rifle grenade launchers there. Also, a big hearty thanks to my paid supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast who keep me supported through thick and thin. Without them, I certainly wouldn't be able to keep doing this. A big thanks to all those. You too can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon. You can just consider a one-time donation. Links in the description. And as you know, comment, like, share, subscribe. Prevent me from being hauled off to a secret YouTube concentration camp somewhere in Texas. Round score grand point here. We got forces clashing away already there. Within 2 minutes, bit of slow movement here from Refero on the west side. Interesting enough, he's not going straight for the western viewpoint, which is where you normally see the southern player do. Instead, he's focusing on the eastern side here, which is interesting. We got a second round score on the way there for PFC. Focuses on the way there for Refero.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Reason sitting northwards. Second round score ready there. Shots being fired here. We got focuses coming up this one on the east side. We've got the Sturm Pass grabbing some munitions. Ooh, bits as though there. More focuses on the way there for Refero. There we go. Otherwise, fairly quiet opening here between the two. There was a bit of clashing there, but has already sort of receded. And there's just nothing really happening here, which is sadly quite interesting. At the same time, he's not doing a lot to directly defend. He's possibly hoping that Refero moves in there. But Refero is interesting enough, focusing more on the centre zone. Definitely a slightly unusual, I would say, capture order here from Refero. And PFC also seems to be a bit confused by it. Or at least he's forced to react to. We got a third round squad there for PFC. An upgrade ship for the echelons. Mostly due to a lack of munitions for them. Ground the car point there, disruption there, PFC's fuel flow. We got folks with rifle munitions in the west. We got more folks coming up here for Refero. Bit of skirmishing there. And we got a fourth folks squad there for Refero. And the German army with 304th Volksgrenadier Division. Volksgrenadier, for those wondering, were basically sort of a late war, sort of attempting creating a modern, in air quotes, infantry division based around assault rifles. Though for the most part they weren't really that good. Most of them had very little training and had to make most of line whatever veterans the divisions had to offer. With those divisions that did not have any veterans, things were particularly bleak. But anyway, put the skirmishing around the centre here further. Heavy focus there from Refero and PFC on the centre with little action on the flanks here. Refero fighting the ground western viewpoint, but interesting enough going for the eastern one. He basically didn't bother with that. Trucking away there for Refero. Big push for PFC. The rifle gauge also makes from Refero just to sort of sit back behind heavy cover without risking just being slowly blasted out of cover there by PFC's re-echelon grenadiers. So this engagement did not pan out well for Refero. He was basically hoping to brute force his way here for PFC, but PFC obviously was having none of that, and Refero paid a bit of a price there. Not a huge one, but a price nonetheless was paid. Anyone just barely doing nothing significant damage there to PFC during the engagement. 100 under there, which of course signals here to PFC that Refero has got the truck up. At least he knows that something's coming soon, but the question of course is, what can he expect? Will it be mechanized? Will it be Belgium headquarters? Those are the two big questions here for PFC at the moment, and how will he react to that? Craft point back, the 10 almost done. We also got the ambulance there away for PFC for freedom and democracy. Shots being fired, the ambulance away there for PFC. We got a Molotov off there from PFC's rifle squad there, pushing back the Volksgrenadiers. Rifle get fired away there. East side here, we got the Volks sneaking about. They might try and go for the car point again. Truck setting up there. It's the battle headquarters of Refero, support of his infantry. Still no sign of the doctrine. Still no sign.
Ambulance ready for action.
Quickly popping in there, quickly with a banhand grounded back, I guess, at them. East side, not much action here. Refero seems to be lining up for the push, but he seems to be not entirely sure he actually wants to push here against PFC. PFC, meanwhile, of course, has the lieutenant on the field as well, on top of his infantry and his re-echelons with rifle grenades. Ambulance also arriving. Mechanized command push out for PFC. Refero here, of course, maybe planning a flak half-track versus PFC to add some more mechanized firepower here against the Verdammte Amerikaner, which is certainly not impossible. Troops look rowdy here in the centre as Refero pushes forwards for German glories. Reactions firing off the rifle grenade there and doing some light damage, but not enough to deter Refero and his infantry. But at the same time, PFC pulls a fast maneuver here, going for the carve point of Refero's going to force him directly. He wants to keep getting fuel. We are not seeing a flag half track yet here for Refero, though most of it is due to lack of manpower. That said, of course, he could just be planning to push for a fast Schwer punted quarters, which wouldn't be a bad idea, I don't think, there for Refero. But no, we do get the flag half track with 251-17, which would not have been part of a full screen division. I mean, full screen divisions were effectively just infantry divisions with more of an emphasis on assault rifles. They also usually had like a company of Hetzers or Stugs attached to them, ostensibly as tank destroyers, but they've mostly been used as assault guns, I'm fairly certain of. But, you know, assault guns in the German army were also meant to deal with armour, by the way. You know, it's a more flexible role there, fun fact. And of course, they didn't have enough assault rifles. You know, they were sort of meant to be modern. They also had, so to say, slightly different artillery structure. That's a fun fact as well. And also very interestingly, they had no anti-tank guns, or they few. In fact, they had to primarily rely on Panzerschrecks. They were quite interesting in that sense. There's just not a lot about them in terms of like writing. Still lighting window for PFC. Got the points there, putting pressure on PFC, forming up there for counter-attack, which is why he's not just like, you know, sending troops willy-nilly at Refero. He's like building up so he has like a decent amount of force to hit back at Refero with. Route spot routed there, haven't gone for the carve point yet. They want to put more pressure on that there for Refero's perspective, and there you go, 251-17 out there for Refero. Storm pinning the troops to the centre. Well, technically they might have had some as part of the small flak platoon that have been part to support the Stugs or Hetzers that would have been part of the tank destroyer battalion there, the Volkskunde division. Rough nade off there. Also, fun fact, the Hetzer, while designated tank destroyer, was very much also an assault gun like the Stug. Rough going to attack with the Volkskunde in the east, and the west we got flak half-track pushed back the lieutenant. Stood out there. Definitely a problem for Refero, having no anti-tank guns to deal with that currently, and the flak half-track on his own cannot withstand it either. I mean, theoretically, you can go for a Panzerschreck and the Sturmpaniers. That combined with some Panther on the flak half-track can technically take out a Stuart. That is a more risky operation, and so it's not something I necessarily recommend. Academy up on the way there for Refero to deal with the Stuart light tank, the M5E1. Stuart with the Sturmpioniere. Academy halfway down there for Refero. Going to go in the centre here. We do get some assault rifles in there for Refero. Very good. Academy almost down there for Refero. As for PFC, could consider some weapon racks. And that's exactly what he's doing. Thumbs up there to PFC. Getting some BAs out there would definitely put and some serious pressure there to Refero's infantry. And of course the bazooka is going to make it a bit harder here for Refero to easily use his flak half-track here versus PFC and the 6th Armoured. On the west we got Ralph coming about, they're cutting off once more Refero's fuel pump, really good in comparison. Refero just hasn't been nearly as consistent hitting PFC's fuel, which I would say is a bit unfortunate for Refero, but very fortunate for PFC that Refero's not putting as much pressure on that as he can. Two folks went up to defend the western point here. Still no doctrine for Refero and the 304th Volkskunde Division. Flak half-track holding back here. Stood up on the Volkskunde. Close veterans won the Stuart light tank. Close to the rifle squad. Flak half-track forwards once more. Back here, troops holding on there, and there goes Stuart, discontinue to be a problem. Academy is getting close here, but unsupported, he could find a bit of a harder time to get saved rashed by infantry from an angle Refero wasn't expecting. But there you go, pushes back the aim player one Stuart, cut off one almost secured. Slowly pushing on the east one, we got Ralph squad that's going to need the flak half-track, we got monsters moving in, and the Stuart half-track could also theoretically be rushed in to help defend this further. Flak half-track being backed off, as realizes there could be more hiding behind the hedges there, and doesn't want to risk the flak half-track, which I'd say is fairly sensible there by Refero. Going for the car on there. Another trap for Refero. That's going to be the Schwerpanzer quarters. Might see some orbitals out here for Refero to maybe try and turn the game in his favour with those chaps. As well as PFC's infantry is proving to be quite a sizable obstacle here for Refero so far. Also got a bazooka team out here for PFC, for freedom and democracy. Almost got the car on there, but being shot out the windows there. Flak half-track moving forwards. Bazooka team shoots and misses the flak half-track, kinda. But still does some damage there, a bit of splash damage. Captain determining in there equipped with some BARs, or just one. Nope, plural. BARs. Flag coming in the draft on the east here, taking fire there from the two-team of Flat, quick retreating there. Turning in, pushing up back up the street here, rushing through the centre to try and catch the flag half-tack of goal, at least force him to respond here to this mesh there in the east. He's slowly pushing up, got the bazooka teaming in to try and slow down the German advance here from Refero in the centre, turning in with the foot these ever so slowly, yet surely. Truck has yet to set up here, but like going to set up here, guess then around the carve point. Reasons they're being blasted into oblivion here. The turn of the folks going to be is. Moving eastwards, close to 150 halfway down there for PFC. Freedom and democracy. Back here we got, yeah, not much else. No further tech, no grenades, nothing. Could also, of course, consider mortar, like actually on a map like this, always tend to work quite well. 50 cal almost done. Schwerpanzer calls up there for Refero. Still no sign of a doctrine though. No clear idea as to what Refero could be planning versus PFC. Grabbing the eastern munitions, flak up and rushing westwards through it here in the centre, as always a pain in the arse here for Refero. Again, Valence good hit. Ralph scored here under fire from the flak after in 2 seconds. There you go, and we got the Volkswagen is pushing forward once more for Deutschland. In the centre, PFC taking advantage of the kills on left flank to push up the centre here with a decently sized assault force. And let's get Ralph scored backed up a lieutenant. Still getting the Volkswagen, Ralph squad firing away there. Fulton's going to be being blasted a bit. And these two got Fulton grabbed with Ralph squad lieutenant. Flag half-tech firing away there, close to Benson 2-1. Lieutenant versus Sturmpionier. Nothing still going on in the base. Refero got an Obersoldaten squad away there. It's going to put him into a bit of much infantry, but at the same time, the Obersoldaten will provide him with, I think, significantly more punch against PFC's rifle squads than the Volkswagen as well. More punch being hit there by PFC as he continues to raid, cut off all of Refero's territories. Good play there by PFC, and definitely puts Refero in a bit of a tight spot. Obersoldaten squad there, almost done. The flak half-tack sitting out there, and then doesn't. Enforcing, Obersoldaten squad almost down there for Refero, and the 304th Volksgrenadiers. Roughneck flying off there from inside the building again. Major on the way for PFC, a major move. Flak after an eastward, backing up the Obersoldaten. Bit more to go for the upgraded. Still no sign of a doctrine there though from Refero, still no major game plan being revealed. Got the LMG 34 on the way for the Obersoldaten. Reinforcing, healing back in Refero's base. Getting back the fuel pump there, goes to rushing forwards. Flak half-tack, desperately seeking to get out of this mess as PFC is looking to force do a bit of clean up below there. But fortunately for Refero, PFC Stuart is not able to finish the job there, and the fact that flak half-tack doesn't take a, well, it does go down to half health. Obviously, the capital around the Stuart there as they are somewhat exposed. Something up the two rifle squads there. The southward counter-attack team here to PFC, or follow-up attack team to the Stuart, if you will. More pressure on Refero on the east. Another Ken Refero and the Civic got fucking up. They got 50 cal there, putting a problem. And there's still not a lot of action on the west side either. Like, Refero, interesting enough, never seems like really trying to cross road. If that makes sense. Like, he barely ever moves past it. Like, he decided that's his front line. In that regard, he, I think, risks ceding initiative too many times against PFC when he could, put more pressure on his opponent. We got the Sturmpioniers holding up the flag up, and the Sturmpioniers squad in the centre troops right here. The 50 cal, of course, going to be a significant obstacle. And I think will be tough without a tank or some artillery for Refero to clear out. Stuart falling back here. Major down there for PFC and the 6th Armoured. Grabbing the car point. Sherman there for PFC can be upgraded with the Bull's Blade. Will definitely make things tougher there for Refero. Black half tower with 4 kills. Rivals Corp pushed back though, taking too much fire there from the crouch. And the West car point once more very consistently being hit there by PFC, again further slowing down Refero's fuel income. And really allowing here PFC to get it in the armor wars, which is of course quite crucial. We'll have to see though what he goes for. Panzer 4 Model J, or will he try and go for something else like a Yak Panzer or even a Panther? I mean, Panzer 4 Model J of course would be the sort of, shall say, stable, safe choice, and the Model J of course has been, you know, pretty good. It's effectively a premium medium, but you know, accessible without a doctrine here for the Oberkommando West. Sherman almost done there for PFC. Coming up, the lieutenant backing off, having hit there Refero's important points, and we got a ranger squad as well here for PFC, suddenly calling in some assault infantry to clear out those crowds. Switching out to how close rounds, no Thunderbolts of Blades. Yep, bit short on manpower there, but there you go, can go for it now if he wants to. This ranger's moving ahead here, and not upgrading them with Thompsons. He's going to turn them into a bazooka team. Some players like to do that, and PFC is one of those.
Sherman ready to go.
Certainly a triple bazooka equipped ranger squad is quite lethal, even with doubles they're quite nasty. Bit more defense now around the car point, very good. We got sandbags here. Kedner's definitely sounds for the RCS to defend his car point and fuel point better. Definitely making tougher there for PFC, just moving to rush and grab that now. East side here though, a bit of quiet. Could I still think try to go for the fuel point of the car point? Still sneaking up. Mines as well. Nice thumbs up there to Refero. The assault now is on the go here as PFC launches in multiple squads here across a wider section of the western front. Riflemen flying fast support, yes, the infantry pushes onwards. Very good setup there tactically. And we got the super teams from reserve, meaning they can react to any armor here or the flak half attack from Refero. Very good setup there, Refero by the way. Still hasn't chosen a doctrine. We're almost 20 minutes into the game and Refero still hasn't pulled the trigger on that particular development. The Zuka team's backing off, perhaps starting to figure there's not going to be a counter-attack there from tanks and starting to worry about a potentially push here from Refero. Last going to the far line of fire of the MG-34. Now it's being had some support fire there. Unfortunately, Ken will run up there, getting a decent hit. Glove fuel suppressed. Could get pinned here before they finish grabbing the point. Moving up eastern side, going for the eastern victory point there. No sign of pan 4 yet from Refero. Kevin going to do it. At this rate, it looks like he might be trying to go for a Panther instead. I mean, there's also the offhand theory he might go for Storm Tiger. That would be something else for sure as well. Got the bazooka teams running up here. They're still lighting and looking for a tank to take out with the bazookas.
The capture point is under attack.
Lieutenant Rowdy there. Ground western point. We got the Panther 4 mod on the way there for Refero. Very good. Thumbs up. Bit delayed. Could have that sooner, but I do think that is going to be a superior choice over a Panther here for Refero. Sherman sending out there. Bazooka team starting out. On the west side here we got the Fox and the Falcons Sherman. Shot 5, Sturm's taking half the squad out. Quite a loss there for Refero. And he's just sort of kind of stuck on the defense versus PFC. Victory points wise, they're fairly close to 2 players here, but Refero continues to, I think, struggle initially against PFC. And, you know, I think also just for the greater map awareness, which is something I think PFC is exploiting well here. Mine hit, but can Refero exploit this? Once more, the answer seems to be 9. Mine here. Fixing up there. Panther 4 though is almost down here for Refero. PFC could all go for another Sherman now, but it's more likely I think he's saving up for the Calliope. That way just bombard Refero.
Sherman, ready for action.
Yep. Very much as expected. Calliope of course remains very popular with American players, both in 1v1s and 2v2s. Oh, great hit from the Panther 4 I'm saying on the entire Ralph squad. Moving forward here, in the center we got folks with a lot of troops there. Ralph squad routed, bazooka moving forwards. Ralph squad about to flank with the Panther 4. Shot kinda wisp, bazooka fire there. Some hits, some fail to hit, and some fail to penetrate. Stewart setting out.
Crew ready.
Folks was there.
Armor ready.
Under fire, a bit of light skirmish there from the Steward. We'll have to see what Refero goes for next. With more Panther Force, probably the sensible choice. We'll also go for the Arcpanzer. Calliope, by the way, has yet to fire. I imagine PFC might be waiting for the right time to unleash the barrage. We can that way catch Refero off guard and do the most damage that way. He starts to positioning about there. Definitely the tough customer here for Refero to clear out. Still no doctrine for Refero. I mean, we are now more than 20 minutes of the match, and Refero has still yet to pick a doctrine. He's got the info for Stewart. The Kevin Ansel good hit there. Very good. The Zuka teams want more stops. Refero's Panzerwaffe there from making more progress. We got 312 versus 380. And we got more focus here for Refero. More infantry. I mean, definitely going to be with more infantry, but I think more orbits are going to be more advisable for Refero at this point rather than more full grenadiers. And maybe, I don't know, could also consider some artillery like a light infantry gun here versus PFC instead. I think Refero's part of it is good, to be honest. Pants for the moon east, see we got troops under fire fire. There you go, grenade off. Get this Raz grenade from PFC there. Pants for right here to stabilize the eastern front line here for Refero. Good shot from the Panther. They almost takes out the entirely 10 down, 2 men left here. Firing from whatever's remaining of the position. There you go, white, good kill here. Units wiped here in the west. Calliope snuffed out an entire unit there, right under Refero's nose. Heavy fighting here continues in the east. Centerwards breaking through here now that Refero's strong point there has been shattered by PFC. Close with the Sherman backing up, Panther going forward, close to 2-1. Chicken suppressed with the 50 cal. Hoping about to get wiped out, and the flak half track goes down. A stinging blow here to Refero and the German enemy on the west here, clearing out whatever's there and could actually hit the carve point and disrupt Refero's resource once more by zooming 40 pursuing the Panther 4 aggressively and relentlessly focusing machine in the eastwards road to further try and contain here PFC's push, but can he succeed? Does look to work out here. Panther 4 10 kills, Jackson tanks on another for PFC. Refero slowly approaching another Panther 4, but there you go, hitting the car point. We got Sturming and westwards well there. Sherman nearby. What will Refero do in response to this affront to German territorial sanctity? Flank in place with us to a light tank. Sherman sending, we got folks being sharply murdered here by PFC. Building about to collapse there. And the folks walk there gets wiped. Jackson halfway down the PFC. Ooh, almost got a wipe there on PFC. From Scott. We got the super teams right here in the Panther really exposed. Folks walking nearby there. Go Panther to get out of there. Schnell. Oh, stun shot there. Cheeky PFC. Folks on the fire here. And we've got another Calliope barrage here from PFC against Refero. But behind the center, Kevin crew there being absolutely pummeled into submission here by PFC's ceaseless artillery fire. And he lost another unit on retreat there as well. Oh dear, now just one Fulton scored, one Orbison scored, one Sturm Pioneer scored. Brutal stuff here from PFC. Really just delivering some spectacular punches there. Got the car point on the west again. Refero has the fuel for Panther 4 more. Manpower wise is a bit shorter. We've got 259 versus 380. PFC is increasingly getting a bigger victory point needed versus Refero. Definitely something Refero I think needs to take care of soon, before that becomes a problem too big for him to manage. Easy shot there from the Panther. Kills one poor bastard. Sends the rest running in the fear of the Panzer fear. So, still no doctrine from Refero though. 25-minute mark, and Refero continues to hesitate. Cannot seemingly make up his mind, or he's forgotten about it entirely. Admittedly, they don't necessarily all these doctrines in themselves as easily to Refero's plan, but I think at this point, to be honest, the most likely semi-for I think is Heat Raps the Panzer Commander. I think that could do Refero some good here versus PFC. But we shall see if that's what the X ends up going for. But that's the one I could see happening here for Refero. Sherman holding up here, halfway to Veteran 2. Using the western fuel point again. Refero wants more dispatching forces westwards to clear out this little front there. German territory. And from moving forward, so I've got to be careful. There you go, but you can around the flank here, definitely putting some pressure there on Refero's Panther. They got still has been forced. We get the major upgrade bazookas. Panther down to half health. And oh god, it might actually result in its own units getting wiped. They are brutal below there for Refero. Absolutely punishing here. Calabi firing well as well here. Refero's in a really tight place now versus PFC. A cannon crew wiped out as well on retreat. Another Panther for Refero. They're good. The cannon has been destroyed. Refero though continues not to choose doctrine. In the center there we can see that PFC is well dug in here versus Refero and fairly fortified. Not heavily, but you know, fairly. And one of them jumps down for Refero. Sherman takes southwards. Worth noting no bulges blades here for PFC or his Sherman. And now he's upgrading with a 50 cal.
Panzer IV ready. Follow me. Sherman ready to go.
So there we go. Second Panther for Refero. The one thing is having two Panther IVs, another thing is actually making use of those two Panther IVs for optimal impact here versus PFC. I'm getting off a hit and a shot. Oh, I can't get it from the shot. Very good. Trying to points left here for Refero versus PFC's 380. Difference starting to get more and more distinct and stark. I think harder and harder for Refero just to pretend there's nothing. Now I can for Refero, more support weapon. Pentaforce lining up, backed up, but the pulse and the others are done. Pushing hard to the Ralph squad. Shot missed, but the others get some kill-ins here. Jackson nearby. Jackson shoots, lands a nice hit there. There's Refero planning on that Panther 4. Ralph squad is bouncing a counter-attack here to defend the car pond here from Refero and the German army taking head far in the process. Up to getting some punishing hits in there from the Sherman. Sherman being fixed up here by Refero close to the front line. Calabi fighting away here. Another barrage from PFC. Freedom and democracy. Oh dear, that folks got wiped out. Got two Panthers wide there. Oh, wiped as well. No fault is left here for Refero, by the way. No fault is left at all. Meanwhile, Refero of PFC I think hasn't stopped much in terms of wipes at all. Definitely something I think Refero needs to get under control soon here. I could maybe go for another Panther Force soon, in which case 3 Panther Force could deliver him, I think, a lot of firepower, which might be able to break PFC here. So reinforcing healing, moving out. We got 175 versus 380. PFC is getting a ton of fuel, getting 39 versus Refero 16. A significant world of a difference there in terms of fuel income. Briefly considered another kidnap than Mr. Refero, but decided against it. Slow advance in the west by the opposite side, back to the kidnap. Seeing up the east side, Panther was being repaired for Refero.
Send your orders.
Sherman Jackson as well here. Nice one from the Panther 4 there. So on the west was the Hurtgen effort. Almost finally got the Southern East. We got Sherman coming up here. Jackson on the infantry course. Shot fired. Panther 4 slightly backing off here. Another hit from the Jackson on the less veteran Panther 4. Good hit from the Hurtgen with the return. Still on major moon here towards the west. Definitely needs to fix that soon here, Mr. Refero.
Frag grenades now available for action.
Grenades from the PFC. Better later than ever. And Refero has gone for the armour, opening up for heat shells on the Panther 4. Definitely down to punch a bit harder here, which I think Refero definitely needs now. I suppose there's also the opposite might be planning a storm tiger to blast away some of the PFC's infantry. Maybe it's a full weapon if he spots it. Cloudy finally got a flank position in the center from PFC and in the 50 cal. Thumbs up there. Got one up in the west as well here. Very good as well. Got 138 versus 380. And forcing in there. Good hit on the Ralph squad there. Great hit. Down to 3 men on health. 1 man more down. Coming up there, there's a weapon dropped. A BAR most likely is indeed. Finding position up there. We got a third Panther for Refero, triple Panther 4s. It's going to have to make a really good push for them here, but it is certainly possible. Going to be tough, but I do think it is possible. If the Panthering allows for it. Also on the fight from the Shem, we've got Jackson backing up here. Everything hold forward. We got 111 versus 380. Shem backing off. Panther 4 fires away. Misses very close for Team 3. And there you go, third Panther 4 ready here for Refero for the German army, Deutschland. Each time doesn't go for Panther Commander, and that one of these could at least have saved some artillery support here versus TFC doing an attack. That been a good choice there. That been a very good choice. Shots fired there on the Jackson. And the Shem pushing down to half health, very good. Less than 100 points left for Refero. We got Bulldog Blades up fine here for PFC Sherman. Good advance here, Panther moving up, bang away there, moving up the center as well. Great shot on the right port, almost takes out entirely. Great shot indeed. Panther 4 still holding up the east side. Finds move in the east here, so moving both Panther 4's going to move in the east here versus Jackson. On the west side, you can careful, got 2 teams already coming up here. Panther 4 backing off in the east. Mission moving up. Jackson up in the Panther 4 again, shoots and aces. Other Panther 4 holding back, not entirely sure he didn't commit both Panther 4s like that. Cloudy, I think, could pass. Yeah, finds the advantage of Refero's attack. Pretty much shot, got still much equipped with a Panther ship. Rather late, but I suppose better late than never. But I think it would have been for the Moffat sooner. Panther 40, heat shells and combat blades. But the problem is there's no tanks in sight. He just has to back off. Plus, he's even allowed to fight infantry, so he doesn't like fire the heat shells at infantry. Panther in the center here. Heat shells up on that one. Greatly stood, pushing down to half health. Jackson shoots as well. Trying to hit coordinate full everything for Refero. Things are not looking great. Panther 1 was taken out here. Meanwhile, PFC's got a ton of fuel here versus Refero. Certainly a much larger down force. Both all Panther 4s are heavily damaged now here for Refero. Close bet. Oh, managed to get Veterans 1 there.
Germans down to 75 points.
75 points for Refero. Got rough against the Fulks in the orbits in here. The Fulks Canadians and the orbits out in here. Reactions routed. Talked a bit too fast. I apologise. Fix up the Panther 4 with the 1 Sturm Pioneer squad. That's going to take some time here for Refero. Also, the reactions there. Moving southeast. Very close to making 3 here for Refero. Very close. But Will it be enough? He's down to 66 versus 380 there, PFC. The difference continues to be, well, quite dramatic. More fighting position for PFC, looking to slow down any of Refero's attacks as much as possible. And also just make use of resource when he's always pop cap. Very good there with PFC. Definite thumbs up there. Stuart lining up in the center.
Our fighting position now has some ordnance behind it.
Another upgraded fighting position here from PFC. Freedom and Democracy.
Infantry, dealing with the MG.
First Pentafour fixed, still 2 more to go. Stuart's thinking about here.
Go ahead.
Very quiet between the two sides now. Very quiet. Definitely silence has fallen over the battlefield.
They just fell to 50 points.
It looks like PFC's now just going to go in there and try and finish off Refero. Still need to fix up the 3rd Panzerfaust. You might actually want to consider another Sturmpanzer in this squad, but there you go. Shot fired at Sherman, missed. Oh no, Stuart, not Sherman. Clapping up fang way, hitting here, look for suspected strong point of Refero, and that fact is what it is. The pop weapons infantry being hammered, Panther in 4th, from suppressor ready to get Jackson. Other Panther on the east here, finally getting moves, got a shooting in 4th here. Could take it out here, there you go. Panther getting it to free. Stuart finally damaged, other tanks are heavily damaged already. Fox being heavily damaged, but one of them never got repaired. He's still shot Sturmpanzers in 4th here. All of a sudden, could flank in there. He could actually use, oh, hit a mine there. But he could probably use the self-repair ability, the emergency repair ability. Now he's gone fully down, that'll just be able to repair, so I'll have to repair more tanks at the same time, just one Sturmpanzer squad. Get another side, there you go, Panther blitzing forward. Will come a blitz and heat shell, but there's 2 teams there in the way, Crossroads squad there. Jackson down, but it cost him his Veti 3 Panther, other Panther rolling in there. Damage engine there, still the Sherman and all the bazooka teams here. Refero throwing all caution to the wind now. Going all in aggressively. Oh, shooty bang bang. Now the Panther has nothing else to do anyways. Now the Jackson of PFC, of course, he has resource to replace any of his losses now. Back to the Panther 4. Panther 4 shoots. Machine being flanked here by PFC Ralph ends up popping a Molotov rather than a grenade.
We can now deploy a smoke screen to blind the enemy.
Other Panther 4 on the move. Sturmpanzer swap to assist. Panther 4 narrowly keeps surviving there, but can't for much longer. Sturmpanzer blocking away with T3. We got cover to cover here from PFC Large Range Rush 40, and there we go. Takes out Refero's 2nd Panther's down to 1 Panther. That's about to go down as well. His squad wiped down with that. Refero's out of the game. GG. Game over. Victory for PFC. A loss for Refero. An interesting fight. But then Refero feel like A, played too passively to focus too much in the center, which is definitely strange. But also could use his doctrine more efficiently. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, do channels. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.